Hello everyone. In my today's session, I'll be discussing about human factors engineering. Human factors and ergonomics is the application of psychological and physiological principles to engineering and designs of products, processes and systems. The goal of human factors is to reduce human error, enhance productivity, and to ensure safety and comfort with a specific focus on the interaction between the human and the thing of interest. So it is best fit between the man and the job and job with the man. Human factors refers to environmental, organizational and job factors which is related to the characteristics of humans as individually and within the organization, as these behaviors work in such a way that they can influence the healthy and safety. So it means that this definition is including three interrelated aspects that should be under consideration. The first one is the job, the second one is the individual, and the third one is the organization. The job includes the areas such as the nature of task, workload, job description, working environment, the design of displays and controls, the machines which a person is handling, the roles, methods and the procedures. That in short we can say standard operating procedures for doing any task. Tasks should be designed in accordance with ergonomics principles to take into account both human limitations and strengths. Now the question arises that what is human factors? This includes matching the job to the physical and mental strengths and the limitations of people. Mental aspects includes perceptual, attentional and decision making. Whatever is we are thinking, we make our decisions accordingly. If we talk about the individual, including his or her competence, skills, personality, traits, attitude, and the risk perception. The individual characteristics influence the behavior in different ways, and which are majority of the time complex ways. Some characteristics such as personality are fixed. We can't change anybody's personality. Others such as skills and attitude may be enhanced and may be modified over the period of time. If you are learning new techniques, new tools, new behaviors, definitely your attitude will become positive or negative. It totally depends on an individual skill set. Skill set includes an individual knowledge, skills and the abilities. If we talk about on the organizational level, the organization includes the working behaviors, the culture of the workplace, the resources, communication and leaders. Basically, the working style depends on the management, and the culture of workplace also depends on the policies, procedures, principles, norms, values, because if we have a very open culture in any organization, so definitely we have a overall open communication as well, and the leaders are more empowered. Such factors are often overlooked during the designs of the jobs, but definitely they have a very significant influence on the individuals and group behavior, because every person has its own goal. When a person is individually working for any organization, so the design of the job have a very significant influence on the personality of that person. And when that person is working in different groups for the accomplishment of any task, because each and every goals are aligned individually and with the company, because ultimately every employee of the company has to attain the organizational goals. So, human factor engineering is dealing with these aspects. The term human factor engineering is basically equally that important, which is related to the body of knowledge, a process, and a profession. As a body of knowledge, human factor engineering is a combination of different data and the principles about human characteristics, including the human traits, capabilities, and the shortcomings in relation to the machines, jobs, and the environment. As a process refers to the design of machines, machine systems, work methods, and the environments to take into account the safety, comfort, the productiveness of human users and operators. If we talk about the human machine model, human factors engineering regards humans as an element in the system, and the human machine model is the way of representing that relationship. The simplest model of human machine unit consists of individual operator working with a single unit. In earlier days, the human operator used to have one single signal that tells that person something about the condition of functioning of machine. You may say that in majority of the machine there used to be only one button, that is sometimes red or green, showing the off and on mode of that machine. A display may be the position of a pointer on a dial, a light flashing on a control panel, the readout of a digital computer, the sound of a warning buzzer, or a spoken command issuing from a loudspeaker. We can refer to this by having a discussion with Pear model. Basically, P stands for people, E it stands for environment, A stands for actions, and R stands for resources. Have you ever thought about the human factors surrounding yourself, your company, your family? When you are working with different humans, so definitely human factors are related to each and every person, like the people we are working, what are the nature of that person, what is the environment, whether the environment is congenial or not in which we are working, what are the actions related to that environment, what is the impact of those environmental factors on the deliverables of the people, and finally the resources, which sort of individuals are working for your company. Johnson and Maddox around 1995, for over the decade, term pairs has been used as a memory jogger to characterize human factors in the company and its content. Basically, the Pear model have a look on that. Let's have a look. People are basically, the company must make sure the physical capabilities and the mental state of each person matches the task they perform. Paying attention to those details are very crucial. It should be under consideration the lifestyle, fatigue, workload, the knowledge, training, attitude, emotional state, personal loss, interpersonal conflicts, and the personal loss. Last but not the least, motivation also plays a very significant role. If we talk about environment, the physical environment is much easier to measure and evaluate because it is tangible. It regards comfort, the right tools, the right conditions, which are very important to perform the job at hand. Whereas the organizational environment is less tangible and it regards business strategy alignment, pressure conditions, and supervision. Actions are just the right person for the right job. Matching the right person with the right job will generate the most possible outcomes and success. A skill and the provide and profile-based analysis should be done. It should be considered while doing the talent acquisition. Resources, last but not the least, they should be self-explanatory. Resources needed to perform the job at hand. It is giving you the clue that what is going wrong. Unforeseen situations happens just because of the human errors and the machine errors. As you can see in these three pictures, these are just the accidents just because of the design and including the human factors. Let's have a discussion that what are the factors that affect behavior. It can be the organizational factor, task, personal and environmental factors. In the organizational factors, it can be culture, cost, resources, or the approaches of health and safety. Then personal attributes of the person like sleep, stress, mood, training, and the ability also plays a very important role. The human errors can be just because of the mistakes or the skill-based areas, which can create to the linkage of errors and the violations. Errors can be unintentional or intentional. Let's have a discussion that reinforcement theory plays a significant role, which is ABC: antecedents, behavior, and consequences. So anything we experience that get us thinking about behaving in a certain way, it needs to be considered that what is going to happen if we are having certain form of behavior. That is also on all from my side. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Allah Hafiz.